Hey, shalom YouTube. It's ElderMitchell come back again with another video with Straightway Truth Ministry, and I'm out here in Houston, Texas. I want to come on real quick and talk about the new Patreon account that PastorDowell had created some weeks ago, I believe it is. I've been supporting for maybe, I would say, probably since he created the channel. I think maybe about 2-3 weeks ago. But I kind of want to just speak about some of the things I really like about the Patreon account. Maybe even some differences that I see from being on YouTube now that he's over at Patreon. And I actually heard about Patreon quite some time ago. There was another YouTuber. He mentioned something about supporting the Patreon account. And I really didn't think nothing of it. And then Pastor Joe Fox over at Viking Preparedness, I think he started using it. I think he had an issue where somebody was taking his content and reposting it as their own. So I thought it was a really good idea for PastorDowell to start using the Patreon. And I became a faithful supporter. I'm going to continue to support, and I really enjoy the content which he's actually putting on there. But one of the things I really like is, the people that are over there that are also supporting PastorDowell, because there's no one that's going to leave from YouTube, come over to Patreon and start paying money to support, to hear content, to try to learn or glean or things of that nature off the content which he puts out. And so it kind of does away with the trolls. It does away with people who are there just to distract. It does away with people who are there just to be devils, and deceivers. I'm able to have civil discussions with other Patreons that are actually supporting the channel. I'm able to ask questions and have dialogue, even edify, because Pastor, everyone knows, he talks about political, he talks about economic things, he talks about the Word, the Bible, he speaks on just kind of what's going on in the world, whether it's silver, gold, whatever the case may be, currencies. He just speaks on all kinds of things. Anyway, but he's able to speak on a deeper level when it comes to preparedness and other things of that nature over on Patreon. And it's something that I've really been enjoying as of late. And there's even an app for this thing, man. So I'm able to download and I don't really miss a beat, really being at work or nothing like that. But also, not only are the people good, because we're all of we have the same mindset, we have same heart, the same spirit, the same drive, we're trying to attain similar goals. But the content that Pastor's been putting out, it's on a much deeper level. It's on a more personal level, it seems, on a more intimate level, if you know what I mean. Because these are supporters that actually are coming over there to support. So it's not to say that he hadn't been very sincere and put out deep knowledge before on YouTube, but a lot of people like taking folks on the chin and things of that nature for things that they say or their viewpoints or whatever. But when you come here, these are people who are actually supporting, and you can actually glean off of one another in the comment section. You can actually message one another, man, in the comment section or whatever. And it's almost like putting your money where your mouth is type deal, And the reason why I say it is because everybody's there for the same reason. They're over there to learn, to be educated, to receive instruction, to receive direction. And he's really able to give a lot of good information, and he knows he won't fall into the hands of trolls and deceivers and things of that nature. So I really enjoyed it. And I know some people that I even know some people here out in Houston that listen to PastorDowell from time to time, but they really don't support. And there are some people that I have met that would like to support, and I tell them, and I told them recently, I was like, one way for you to actually support would be to get on this Patreon thing, because some people, they don't really feel like really taking the time out of the day because they don't see PastorDowell as their pastor. But some people do see him as someone that is a very good instructor. They may not enjoy the biblical things, but they enjoy the preparedness. They like what he has to say and his standpoint on politics or something of that nature, So that's actually a way to support and to really especially if you want guidance and you want instruction. And when it comes to community, when it comes to preparedness, like we're going to have a Guides 2017 coming up later this year around Labor Day, I believe. and he's putting helpful information out even on that channel now. He can even take it a step further. You know what I mean? And now, mind you, he's actually new to doing the Patreon deal. And I know other creators. I would support Pastor Joe Fox, and Pastor Joe Fox did like I think a live stream. I don't know what it's called, but I seen something being posted on Patreon. I actually missed it, to where you can actually interact with Pastor Joe Fox, where he made himself available. So, you know, from what I'm seeing in the content that Pastor's putting out right now, once he really catches on to how to really work this Patreon deal, I mean, from the content I've seen, the content which I've seen thus far, if it's any prelude to what's to come, man, I'm going to really enjoy it. So, like I said, it just seems more, not to say that he didn't have a sober conversation before, but it's just very sobering. You know, he's just talking to you. It's like on a personal level, man. And I was really feeling this one video he did, me talking about leaders, you know. But guess what? You're not seeing it unless you're a Patreon, and then unless you're supporting it maybe a certain level. And but man, it was very helpful, and I done listened to it maybe about 4 or 5 times already. I'm probably gonna listen to it some more when I get home. But anyway, if this sounds like something that you may want to do, you might want to check it out. I think Patreon is spelled P-A-T-R, I think EON.com, and all you gotta do is look up PastorDowell. And that doesn't mean that, you know, the PastorDowell channel going anywhere on YouTube. It's just that Patreon is just going to be on a deeper level. And that's what I see thus far. So, and I really enjoy it. So, PastorDowell, if you're watching and you hear this, I really appreciate it. Keep up the hard work. I'll continue to support and back you up on what you're putting out right now. I mean, I've truly enjoyed what I've seen thus far. And I think there's probably anywhere from 5 to 10 videos so far that he has put on Patreon that you actually don't see on YouTube. So, I'm glad that I've actually made the commitment and started supporting. So anyway, hope you guys all enjoyed that. And if you want, like I said, go over to patreon.com and just type in his name, PastorDowell, and he'll pop up. All right.